Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am sitting down here in my room and trying to film after I think a month and a half, and I feel like I've been gone for so long. It's ridiculous. I was away on a holiday for a month. We took exactly 4 weeks off and we went to see my parents and attend a friend's wedding, which is amazing fun. We went to Africa, so we went to 2 countries. We went to Kenya and Uganda, and then we had a stopover in India as well. I'll make a separate video all about my trip some other time, but today I just wanted to, while I was away, Urban Decay announced that they were discontinuing the original Naked palette, and I was like, this is the palette that they've discontinued, and I'm like, huh. But I thought I would just make like a little tribute to this palette. I really do enjoy using it. It is a little bit on the cooler side, like cooler tones, undertones to this palette is what I feel, but overall it's still a great palette and I really do enjoy it. So I thought I would just do a quick goodbye video for this one and make a comeback as well on YouTube. So let's get started. I think it's a long intro, but we should probably get into the tutorial now. I'm just gonna do like my full face. I haven't worn makeup in I think almost 2 weeks. Our friends were moving. We got back I think we got back on the 8th of September, so the first week of September, and then our friends were moving last week, so we've been helping them as well. So I haven't actually worn makeup and I really miss wearing makeup. So I'm just gonna jump right into it. I'm just going to start off by using the Maybelline Master Prime Pore Minimizing Primer, and I'm just going to take this on my fingers and just apply this. This is very thick, it's like moussey consistency. I did take a lot of makeup with me, which I didn't really use a whole lot. I think I just mainly used it for the wedding purpose that we went, because we went on a safari, which is amazing. Okay, I think I'm gonna shut up, because I want to make a separate video about that. But it was a lot of fun, and it was so good to see my parents as well. Like it was really good. And then we also surprised my husband's parents in India, so they were quite happy. We're nice and primed. I'm still trying out this primer. This is like the 2nd or 3rd time that I'm using it. I did not use it. I used the hydrating one when I went to. It's minimized a little bit, but I'm just going to go in with my L'Oreal True Match foundation. This is in the shade 4D4W, Natural Beige. Sorry, Natural Door, Golden Natural. Golden Natural in English. Just going to take it at the back of my hand, just like so. And I'm going to first use a brush, and then I'm just going to go over it with a beauty blender. I'm not being too precise with this brush. I'm just actually, like I said, I'm just going to go over with the sponge a little bit later, or like just after I finish applying this. I still have a little bit at the back of my hand. I'm just gonna go in with my sponge. And then I'm just gonna go back in with the sponge and just apply a little bit more coverage to the places where I feel like I need a little bit extra. Which sponge isn't the best one, but I feel like it builds the foundation really well, so that's what I'm doing. I'm using the MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot. I love this stuff, you guys know, and I am going to, I want to use a brush. Should I use a brush? I want to use a brush. I'll just take a foundation style brush, and this is from Clinique. I've had this brush for ages, but it works really well. And to set this, I'm just going to use some face powder. I'm going in with the Face of Australia Translucent Loose Powder. I'm just taking the e.l.f. blush brush for this one. I'm going to do my brows quickly. For the brows, I'm using the L'Oreal Brow Ecstatic, Pomade Ecstatic. And this is in the shade Brunette, e.l.f. Angled Brush. So this formula is a little bit on the drier side, which I enjoy. I'm just going to finish this brow and I'll be right back. Alright, so brows in place, and I'm just going to go in with my Naked palette, and I'm going to start out with a big blending brush, and I'm going to go in with the shade Naked. I'm just going to place this all over my lid. I'm going to start with my crease and then just work that upwards. So this is a little bit deeper than my skin color. I'm using the brush from like the very tip of it, just so that I have a lighter hand and there are no harsh edges that are forming. Because I have hooded eyes, I feel like I need to take the shadow up quite high so that it is a little bit visible. Just going to change my brush, and I'm taking a slightly angled blending brush, and I'm going to go in with the shadow buck, and I'm just going to concentrate that a little bit lower than that particular Naked shade, and just I'm holding it just slanted at the minute, and then just wanting a little bit of a precise placement just to build up the crease. Then with a slightly more precise, or like smaller brush, this is e.l.f. blending brush, which is a little bit smaller than the other one that I was using. I'm going to go in with the shade Crepe, and I'm just concentrating that. It is highly pigmented, so you want to be very careful, and you want to make sure that you get rid of any fallout with this one. So make sure to tap your brush. Just going to go in with the first brush that I used. So I'm using circular motions to blend the shadow out, just so that we don't have any harsh edges remaining over there, just so that it's nicely blended and all. Okay, so then we're gonna, just close to this particular shadow creep, we're gonna go in with Hustle, just a little bit of a purpley color, and I'm just going to use that same e.l.f. brush, just wipe it off a little bit on a tissue or a napkin or something, and I'm just going to place that on top. And then for the inner part, I'm just going to go in with Toasted right here. Just going to use a brush. Okay, so this one is a very tightly packed brush. It's going to give me a lot of control with the shadow, the placement of it, and everything. I'm just literally packing it on. And if need be, I'll use it wet if I have to. The good thing with these shadows though is they are so pigmented and so rich. I love it. So see, that is also already a little bit of an intense shadow. And I'm just pressing and dragging. Going back in with that slanted brush again and just blending out the edges. And then taking a smaller crease brush. Taking a smaller brush, and then I'm going back in the shade Creep, and I'm just taking that on the tip of the brush, tapping off the excess, and I'm just placing that as close to the lash line as possible, and then dragging up. Almost sort of like a liner, using the side of the brush to just so then I'm going to go in with the shadow buck, and I'm going in with that big brush that we used, that we started with first, and I'm just going to blend out these edges and just sort of build the intensity. And then taking a totally clean brush, and I'm just going to blend these edges. Using that same brush but flip side of it, I'm going to go in with the shadow Sin. Just connecting the two. This one's a little bit lighter, but it kind of just blends in. It's a bit more cooler than the other one. For my inner corner highlight, I used Half Baked, and then I'm just going to do my lower lash line. And I'm going in with the shadow Buck, just on a very loosely packed brush, because I don't want it to be super precise. I want it smoked out, so I'm using the e.l.f. shader brush, eyeshadow brush. Yep. And I'm going to go in with Hustle. I'm just going to wipe that off on a tissue paper. Sorry, I have a napkin here. And I'm going to connect everything with the Shadow Creep using the same brush, just in the corners. I'm placing this as close to the lash line as possible. And I'm going to take this tiny brush. I'm going to go in with Half Baked again and just extend that. Now I'm just going to apply concealer and just kind of clean it up before I apply my liner and everything. So for my concealer, I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me in Medium and Maybelline Master Conceal in Fair. I'm just going to mix these two on the back of my hand with a concealer brush. I'm using the concealer brush to apply this under my eyes in sort of the highlight fashion, and then I'm also going to highlight my bridge of my nose, forehead, a little bit on the cupid's bow, and chin. And I'm going to use this foundation brush by Clinique to blend that out, and then also go back in with the sponge and just sort of blend and melt everything into the skin. And for my brow bone highlight, I'm keeping it all to this palette today. I'm going to use the color Virgin, and I'm using a NYX shader brush for that. And then I'm just going to line my eyes with the Maybelline Master Precise Liquid Liner and put on some mascara. The mascara that I'm using is my Lash Sensational, and I'll be right back. Alright you guys, so liner and mascara done. So I still need to powder my face, and I'm going to use my Rimmel Stay Matte Powder. As you know, this has been my holy grail for so long now. I'm just going to set all over my face first, and then I have a banana powder that I've been wanting to try this palette for a bit. I bought it before I went for my trip, and I did use it a little bit while I was overseas, but I haven't got to play enough with it, so... Anyways, so this is the Revlon Sculpt and Highlight Kit. So as you can see, like, I've used it. I just feel like I haven't used it enough to get like a feel for it. So I'm first going to set my under eyes. I'm just going to use, again, the e.l.f. powder brush. Blush brush. I'm just going to go in with the banana shade, but I'm just going to go ahead and contour. They both look equally warm to me. Okay, on camera, this definitely looks a little bit cooler. Okay, that is the Sculpt one, so just going to use an angled brush for that. It's very, very powdery. It's translating to be warm, but definitely a little bit goes a long way. So contouring just the usual places, so the hollows of my cheekbones, my jawline, and my forehead, and then just going to blend all of that out with a different brush. I'm going to take this brush and just sort of blend it out. That's better. And then for my nose, this one, it's plain brush. just going to use a different brush to blend this out. I'm just going in with the e.l.f. angled contour brush. For bronzer as well, I'm going to use this. It's the e.l.f. stipple brush, and I'm just going to go in. Oh shit, look at the fallout.
With the help of the bronzer, I'm also just going to diffuse the contour a little bit because I felt like it was a little too harsh, but then this one will just help me blend everything together and sort of make it seamless.
Okay, for blush, I'm going to use my Rimmel Peach Blush. I'm just going to go in with my angled blush brush. For my highlight, I'm going to go in with my L'Oreal La Vie Glow, and I'm going to go in with the second shade. I really like that one.
Just highlighting the usual places on my face, so cheekbones, a little bit on my temples, the tip of my nose, bridge of my nose, cupid's bow, and a little bit on my chin. And I'm just using like a plain brush for that one, just to kind of get the perfect diffusion of the highlight. And I'm not sure what happened, but my camera stopped recording after this. But for my lip products, I used the Essence Lip Liner in Big Proposal and my NYX Lipstick in Milan.
Alright guys, this marks the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. I hope you found it useful, and I'm really sad that Urban Decay decided to discontinue this palette. I feel like it's the original, and original should always stay. But it is a sad truth, and I thought I would just, you know, give it a final tribute from my side. I mean, I will obviously continue using this palette. I will also probably feature it in other videos and stuff because I do really enjoy using it. But I thought this would just be like a goodbye Urban Decay Naked Palette sort of video. And that's probably how I'm going to title this video anyways. But I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. Please do not forget to hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye!